talking to a friend of mine, and here's what I would say. We brought Ohio money back to Ohio to treat the mentally ill. Now, I don't think you want to lock them up in a prison because they're schizophrenic and they talked wrong to a cop. I don't think they ought to be in prison. I think it's immoral and it costs us a fortune. I think the drug addicted ought to be rehabbed. I don't think we ought to lock them up, then they come out, they go meet the drug dealer on the corner, and they're back in prison. We are rehabbing them, and our recidivism rate is 10%. And the working poor, instead of them showing up in the emergency room sicker and more costly, we give them health care so that it can be rational. Now, I mean, maybe some people want to lock up the mentally ill in prison. Maybe some people want to throw away the drug addicted. But we're all made in the image of the Lord, and I think that by us bringing those resources back, our people, there's no money in Washington. You know, it's our money. We brought it back to Ohio, and we're fixing vexing problems. And, Jonah, our Medicaid growth rate in Ohio is growing at less than 4%.
Oh, wait a second.
Check that out with other.
You're making a leap from someone opposing Medicaid expansion to that person wanting to jail Medicaid.
No, I'm saying here's what I'm saying to you, Brett. If we didn't have these resources to be treating the mentally ill and helping the drug addicted, they're likely to stay where they are at $22,500 a year for that person. And what I'm saying is, if I have a choice, this was my choice, do I leave them in the prison? Or do I try to rehab them? Do I treat the mentally ill? We made a promise to them that we would treat them in the community. Now, if somebody chooses not to do it, that's up to them. That's on their conscience. But for me, I'm not going to ignore people who live in the shadows. And you know what? This country needs a lift.
And we need to take a commercial break.